Today we'll talk about the 5 fastest ways to go out of business as an e-commerce company and what you can do to prevent them. In order for you to survive and thrive, you will have to fix all these problems, especially the last one. If you don't address all these issues, your bounce rate will be sky high and your ad spend will get wasted. People will just come to the site, say ugh, and leave. You want just the opposite. Only then you will have a chance of staying in business for long enough that your business might just be successful. In the previous video we talked about how to get traffic to your website, but you need a reliable way of converting this traffic into paying customers. However, this is where the real work starts. E-commerce is a bit like dating. If you try too hard, people will instantly become suspicious and run for the hills. You have to play it cool and build up the tension gradually. The first biggest mistake is to land the customer on a product page that just has the product picture, description, price and the add to cart button. It's like asking a stranger to give you money. But have you tried talking to that stranger first, getting a number maybe? See if you have anything in common. First impressions count. First of all, you have to convince the customer that you're not a scammer. The fastest way to do that is by leveraging social proof. This can be in the form of the number of customers you've already served, the number of orders shipped, or in the form of reviews. Ideally, your reviews would be hosted by a trusted third party like Trustpilot, including statements like founded in 2010, 100,000 happy customers, 4.9 average on Trustpilot, or over 2,000 reviews will instantly build trust. Also, you don't want the customers think that they'll be the first ones to buy from you, so you will want to highlight the social proof everywhere. Keep it consistent across all touchpoints. Display it on the mobile view, below add to cart button, in your website header, and all the emails you send. Fastest way to look desperate is to say something like, be the first to review this product. We never had a customer before. Be the first one. Bonus points for making the product page a dead end with no easy way to see other related products or navigate around the site. Use navigational tools like breadcrumbs to help customers move around the site. The second biggest mistake is confusing your customers. The first thing your customers will ask themselves is, what is this place? Where am I? Why should I invest my time in getting to know this site? Is it even legit? If you stock seemingly random categories of products like perfumes, rugs, home lighting, vitamins, power tools, your customers will quickly get confused and just leave. That is, unless you're running a department store like John Lewis. But if you're listening to me, chances are that you're not. You want it to be immediately obvious why your website is the go-to place for your type of products. It helps to have some sort of a catchphrase just below the logo. You can say something like 5-star luxury comfort on a bedding site, or automotive brilliance delivered on a car bulb website. Or you can even base your entire website and domain after the product you're selling, like Wiper Blades Co. UK. Try to pull out as many relevant reviews and display them prominently. This way the customers can see the benefits of your products, and try to avoid generic statements like fast delivery, good quality and low price. The third biggest e-commerce killer is hiding your company information. In this day and age, the internet is full of dropshipping websites, abandoned websites, scams, foreign companies pretending to be local companies, and other untrustworthy operations. You should publish and promote your location so the customers can feel at ease when ordering from you and know that their parcels won't be stuck in customs or take 6 weeks to get delivered. You can also build trust by including the imagery for the carriers you work with, like a Royal Mail logo, UPS, DHL, and your official status like the importer of brand X, for example. If you have them, make sure to prominently display any mentions of your company or product in mainstream media outlets like Men's Health or Independent. This will instantly lend you credibility. If you're selling your own products, you want to highlight all the patents and the intellectual property you hold. Also focus on the unique selling point, because you created the product for some reason after all, to make it different from all the others. All of this will work to increase your status in the eyes of your potential customers. Remember to highlight the quality, independent testing, any certificates you might have, and any research papers backing your product's efficacy, and use customer success stories wherever possible. So your minimum contact information will be your address, customer service email address, but you might also want to consider publishing the phone number for customer service, but make sure it's a virtual phone number and not your real one. This way you can disable it at any time, or send it to voicemail, or do any other things like that, and customers won't be ringing you in the middle of the night. Using a virtual phone number allows you the flexibility to change it going forward, change the operation times, change the forwarding number, and your customers won't know your real personal phone number. Publishing the phone number, however, can be a double-edged sword, because you will get closer to your customers and have first-hand experience of the types of questions and doubts they might have that can quickly get really out of hand. You might be receiving calls, at the wrong time of day, for example. And occasionally you might be getting calls from really upset and edgy customers and it takes some skill to deal with that. The other challenge with dealing with customers over the phone is they expect the answer there and then immediately, whereas if you're out and about, you don't necessarily always have access to your systems to give them that answer. So it makes sense to batch customer service to a block of time, like early in the morning before fulfilling all the orders, for example. For companies turning over less than £1 million, I think you'll get away with just using a shared email inbox so that all the operators can see all the emails from customers and all the replies that have been sent by others. The fourth way you can get out of business really quickly is if you lack the attention to detail. If your website looks like it's been designed by an 8-year-old and is full of placeholders like "ID your company logo here," you will quickly lose trust. You really want to make sure you go through all the pages, all the sections, and make sure you filled in all the content where appropriate. That's especially important for things like privacy policy, terms and conditions. The customers will expect to see your actual company name in all of those places to make sure that they're dealing with a legitimate company. In terms of building trust, you also want to avoid AI-generated imagery. People have a really strong distrust towards them. Maybe the tools will get better with time, but for now it's still worth sticking with human designers and photographers. The same is true for website copy. AI tools are not a creative writer. They're text models writing sentences that look reasonable. So this will be very predictable and not original unless the original prompt was very carefully crafted. Point number 5 is actually the most important. If you're shopping for a replacement car battery, the website messaging will be very different than if you're shopping for a birthday present for your spouse. Hammersley Brothers call it the job to be done. This is where you have only a handful of seconds, the voice of your brand, to match the customer's expectations. If the purchase is a problem-solving one, you will need to highlight things like compatibility, speed of delivery, fit guarantee, whether it's a genuine or compatible item, and alleviate customers' doubts about it being the case. You can use things like enter your registration number or enter your phone model or camera model and use this information to ensure it's a right fit. This will be really relevant for sites like car parts, bulbs, camera lenses, phone cases, and laptop accessories. On the other hand, for emotional purchases, you might want to highlight how the customer will feel when they receive the product, or if it's a gift, how the recipient will feel. You can highlight things like it's thoughtful, original, pretty, cute, or quirky. In both cases, however, you will need to highlight the speed of delivery so that the customer will know when to expect the item to arrive. There's nothing worse than waiting a week with a broken car or missing someone's birthday altogether. Finally, make sure not to hide the delivery costs and highlight any free delivery thresholds you might have. You might even use it to increase the average order value if it's below the free delivery threshold. Remember to highlight the quality of the delivery company and the fact that deliveries are tracked or guaranteed. Once you hit all these points, you can now relax and enjoy the sales coming in. Just kidding, that was just a level 1. Doing all this will make sure that the website will stop working against you, but in our next videos we'll talk about how you can make the website work for you. But before we do so, there's another proven way to run out of money very quickly, and I will cover it in the next video. See ya!